for Liverpool. A much needed victory as they beat Brighton by 2-0. Here's Arne Slot on Guess Who.
Has Mo indicated to you that he wants to stay now as well?
That is, I think you already know the answer to that. So that is what has been said between the two of us in that conversation stays between us. And I think what you see is what you get to know, and that it was in the squad in my first substitution, and all the other things that has been said in that conversation. I never speak about when I speak to Virgil or Mo or any other player. I never told you guys where we talk about.
Is he coming back? Was that his last game? It looked like it might be as he walked around the pitch.
I think he wasn't the only player who walked around the pitch thanking the fans, because the fans deserved a thank you from us. I think our players worked incredibly hard today to keep a clean sheet, and for the first time in weeks, maybe I should say months, we had a little bit of luck with that as well. Also a little bit of luck. I think we did a lot of things well, but we also had a little bit of luck. We've had games where we not conceded a chance, but conceded 3 goals. But today we definitely did concede chances, but they didn't go in. Mo is going to go to the AFCON now. Hope he's going to do very well. And in the meantime, we have to play here without him, with not that many players available at the moment.
And that was just 2 of 1,000 questions about Mo Salah in the post-match press conference. Where you want to start, Stevie?
I'd like to start with him clapping the fans, actually. His demeanour to me was not the demeanour of somebody who is going anywhere, other than African nations.
Yes, of course.
So I really didn't get the impression that he was going around and saying thank you very much.
Right.
I absolutely got the impression that he was just doing what he normally did. His facial expression was, he was cool, he was calm, he had half a smile on his face. I mean, I would expect somebody who has done what he's done over the last 8 or 9 years and been the icon that he is, if he was leaving, I would think he would have a completely different demeanour in that particular situation.
Is it time to move on, though?
It may well be, but
for the best for everybody.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, the salary that he's on, the little bit of money they would get from a transfer in January, which is not going to be what they would have got in the summer, but they'll get something, particularly if it's Saudi Arabia, which is really, I think, the only home that could pay a salary like that, particularly for a player in this form. I don't think anybody else would sort of swallow that, not in Europe. And when you look at what he's given to the team this year, the big question would be, look, all right, if we want to bury this and we want to make it go away and we want to see him have his another 18 months because he signed a 2-year deal, can he go away with Egypt and come back an informed player? And if the answer's yes, then, or if they think the answer may be yes, Liverpool and Arne Slot, then they're looking at the second half of the season and try to build on that. But if they feel by looking at him this year or this season and looking at him in training and looking at the whole picture, that's going to be a real 50-50 call, then maybe the best thing all round is to make a clean break here.
The only thing would be they would have to have somebody of some note lined up for January, because
Who would you have, Stevie, if you had?
Well, Semenyo at Bournemouth, but it's going to be hard getting him out in January. At the same time, if they can't do that, then can you really let him go? I mean, the difference down the right-hand side when he came on to what we'd seen, I mean, we were looking at Joe Gomez and nobody else on the right-hand side. So there was nothing, zero. So unless you're bringing somebody like him in, you can't let him go.
Well, if
you just can't.
If you think, though, right, if Liverpool assess that it's unlikely they're going to win the Premier League, right, I think most people would accept that at this moment in time. I think they would look at it, how I'd see it, and say, look, if we let him go in January and get these monumental wages off the whatever, off the salary of the club, the budget, which is huge, him and Van Dijk, huge, right? Do we have enough to get in the Champions League places? Because kind of that's where Liverpool are now, isn't it? And if the answer is yes, and Arne Slot thinks they have it, even though they are limited out there is no doubt about it, But if they think they can do that and getting what? Millions, 400,000 a week, reportedly, getting that off is, I think for any club, is a must. Unless you think you can win the Premier League, which I don't think they can.
Don, what did you make of his performance overall when he came on?
I thought he was brilliant. I thought his application and his attitude was brilliant. I thought Liverpool were excellent today. I thought Ekitike and especially Florian Wirtz, easily his best game. I thought Wirtz was outstanding today. And they played with a little bit of swagger at times. Some of the moves were like really slick, and you could see potentially when Wirtz plays with Ekitike more, you can see that relationship building. But when the shape changed with about 20 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go, and Isak came on, and Mo Salah actually played as a sort of false nine. They played as sort of 2 nines. It freed him up a lot more, and he started to get into the game. He started having some sort of chances. The one that he missed, I agree with Stevie. He must have been absolutely shattered when he came on. With everything that sort of happened, that can be mentally straining. But I agree with Stevie. When I watched him walk around the pitch and he went to the 4 corners of the ground and he clapped the fans, and the fans were brilliant today, by the way. They sang his name as soon as he came onto the pitch, and they were extra loud on the final whistle. I watched him walking around the pitch thinking, do I really want to leave this? Do I really want to leave these fans who are singing my name and absolutely adore me? And I got the impression that he was probably thinking no, because I thought his performance was good, the team won. And if there was any sort of angst between Arne Slot and Mo Salah, you know, Arne Slot didn't have to bring Mo Salah on when Joe Gomez got injured. He could have put Ramsey on at right back. He could have put Szoboszlai back into the right back slot and put a midfield player on. So I think Arne Slot played a cool hand by putting him on. It might have seemed the obvious one, but still he had to swallow a little bit, Arne Slot, and put him on. It was 100% the right thing to do. And yeah, as I said, I thought his performance, as you asked, I thought was brilliant, but more so, I think his work rate, and he didn't strop around. He ran hard, he chased hard, he was good, he was strong on the ball, he gave Kadioglu a really tough time. I thought first class when I was watching him.
You said, but you know, he did put Szoboszlai at right back down, and he brought a wide player on where Szoboszlai was playing, so it was kind of pretty obvious, wasn't it? I mean, it would have been that would have been Arne Slot doubling down.
What about to Don's
What
point?
was the right thing to do?
No, but no, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
I've heard quite a lot of this today.
That he ran around.
He ran around. He worked hard. His application. I heard that on other networks, and I've just heard Don talking about it. Isn't that his job? Isn't that what he's paid to do? Isn't that what he's supposed to be doing anyway? Oh, here's Mo Salah tracking back. What do you want, a medal? You want an open-top bus around Liverpool? I mean, I thought Liverpool were better today, right? And as a general rule of thumb, I thought Florian Wirtz was decent. I didn't think he was brilliant, but I thought they moved the ball quite well. But you know, Brighton had 3, 4, maybe 5, and to be fair, Arne Slot did say this. Yeah, he said we have given up a lot of chances today, so they've rode their luck on that one. But in terms of Mo Salah, you know, when Don says, well, do I want to leave these fans? And I get it, he probably doesn't. But you know what he wants to do? Play. And his place in the team is not guaranteed. That's the bottom line.
It did make a difference when he came on. You know, you can call it a lot of different ways. And yeah, when I hear people saying that he's running around, it is annoying. And it will be no more annoying than it will be for Mohamed Salah to listen to people saying that. But maybe, just maybe, the kick right up the you-know-what is what we saw. Now, again, it's one game where he's coming on, and if ever you've got to show what you're about, he had to do that when he came on. And he did. So we've got to give him credit for that. So the question is, if and when he comes back from AFCON, has that woken him up? Has what he did today on the field, has that woken him up to be close to the Mo Salah that we know? And if it has, then you could probably still sell him in the summer. And as I said, I don't believe you're getting anything in January. So you really need to figure a way out of getting Mo Salah, at the very least what we saw when he came on today, till at least the end of the season, when you can rethink what you do going forward.
Just a quick word on Liverpool overall. Do you agree with Don? Are you as positive as Don?
No, I think the result was positive. It was uncomfortable. You know, even at 2-0, you're still thinking, if they can get one, there's still going to be 15 minutes left. There could be trouble. So yeah,
well, that's
it
just
was
the fan
far.
in you, Stevie.
Yeah, you punter.
You know, you can feel it, Don, when you're watching it. You can feel in it.
Yeah.
And you know, Arne Slot said it in the second half. Yes, they had chances, but it was all counter-attacks. I mean, do we really want to see Liverpool at Anfield week after week playing on the counter-attack? No, we don't. We want them on the front foot, squeezing the life out of the opposition and taking control of the game. And they didn't have control of it in the second half. They just got a little bit fortunate that the half chances that came Brighton's way they didn't take, but also somebody got close enough to put whoever it was with that final piece of the puzzle enough to put them off.